It's Whole30 day 10. For the most part, I've been feeling great today. I've done 2 15-minute walks and 1 40-minute walk with Oso, and he is still crazy. I don't understand these puppies, how they sometimes, some days are tired after walks and some days just, it's like it does nothing for them. Things are looking up a little bit in some of my symptoms because I had like nose shakiness before breakfast, which is the first day that's happened. And I haven't had to have any snacks today. It's 5 o'clock and I don't feel any hunger. And I went to 2 separate grocery stores and didn't feel like I was tempted to get anything, which was really good. Another tip I figured out just from today is I was looking through those vegan cookbooks. If you remember from the last video when I talked about using vegan cookbooks for vegetable ideas, well, I was looking through them for vegetable ideas while meal planning today, and I got all excited about eating healthy and good vegetables and everything. So when I got to the grocery store, I didn't even want to go to the bad aisles at this point. I was just excited to be in the veggie area. Maybe try that, I don't know, it seemed to work for me. Food for today. Breakfast was white sweet potato hash browns with fried eggs and bacon and black coffee. I've got my log here because I had so many different weird things today. I can't remember them all. For lunch, I had lunch around 12:15, and that was arugula with leftover butternut squash, arugula, and sun-dried tomato from the other night, and some leftover curry turkey bites from last night with the apricot sauce, and some ruby calendula sauerkraut. That one's from Zuke, which I think's a local Colorado brand, but you may be able to get it nationally now, I'm not sure. I also had some sliced almonds, and I had a glass of my homemade kombucha. If you remember a long time ago, like a couple weeks ago, I showed you how I was making and setting up my continuous kombucha brewer, and we've been using that quite a bit recently. I use that for my kids' lunches instead of giving them juice or milk. And I haven't actually been drinking it recently, but I started again today because it finally got to the sourness that I really like. I poured a whole bunch off and put it into a quart-size mason jar, and then put some chai spice into it. I'm gonna let that sit in the fridge for a week and let it kind of get that flavor as well. Kombucha is one of those gray area things on Whole30. You can do it from homemade, but if you try to do store-bought, a lot of times they have added sugar and you don't want that. And like I said, I had no snacks today, and dinner tonight is going to be a keema saag, which is an Indian dish with ground beef and spinach. I'm gonna serve that over my coconut cauliflower rice. And I'm probably gonna add some little fingerling potatoes that have been boiled and added with some more Indian spices as well. One thing I keep forgetting to mention is I've been drinking chicken stock every night. I just haven't gotten video of it, so I keep forgetting to mention it. It's the homemade bone broth that I make in the Instant Pot. I showed that I made that prior to this all starting, and I've made it again since then. And it's a very warming, healing kind of beverage. Now it's day 11, and same as the last few days, I've been kind of constant energy, no real major things. This morning was a little difficult because my family made waffles for breakfast, and that was a little hard to smell that and not eat it. But that's probably been the hardest thing that's happened so far, and I got through it just fine. With movement, I did a 20-minute walk with the dog in the morning and just got done our regular 40-minute walk. For food, for breakfast, I had leftover hash browns from yesterday with scrambled eggs, some pico de gallo, and some US Wellness breakfast sausage made into patties, and some black coffee. I did have an AM snack. Mainly, we're messed up because of daylight saving time happened last night, and we had an event from 12 to 1, so I did have a handful of macadamia nuts, 3 Brazil nuts, and a handful of fresh blueberries, just to tide me over until we got back from that. And then when we got back, I had lunch at 1:30, and I had leftover keema saag from last night with potatoes and cauliflower rice, basically just leftovers of last night, with some kimchi. I haven't needed an afternoon snack, so we're good on that one. And then for dinner tonight, I'm making Melissa Jawan's Czech meatballs. They're pork meatballs with mustard and parsley, and I love them, they're really good. With a dish with cauliflower, asparagus, and kale. All right, off to go meal prep for tomorrow. I'm making a breakfast casserole again. They're just so easy for the mornings because we have to get up so early, and tomorrow is going to suck because of the time change. So I'm just gonna go make one now. All right, Whole30 day 12. I am not feeling very energetic today. I don't think it's really Whole30 related. I think it's more the whole daylight saving time thing and just like the hour of lost sleep. I did not sleep well last night. I kind of tossed and turned. Kind of had that feeling of like, you know, you have to get up for an airplane the next morning, but we had to get up to get the kids off to school, and it kind of just, I don't know, it just messed with me. And then of course our air filter thing decides to beep at 3 o'clock in the morning too. So anyway, I just went on a walk with Oso and it got really cold in the middle of the walk. So I'm drinking some black coffee, decaf, just to kind of warm myself up. And I don't know. I now have meditated for 12 straight days in a row. Go me. Ding. For food, this morning I had a breakfast casserole by Paleo Running Mama. It was a layer of sweet potato on the bottom, then a layer of roasted Brussels sprouts, a layer of caramelized onions, and then bacon, and then it was all with egg on top of it. And it was pretty good. I did not have a morning snack, didn't need it, but I was starting to feel a little hungry by lunchtime. My body is so off from this daylight saving time thing. I hate it. Lunch was a leftover bowl of all kinds of crazy stuff. I had leftover turkey curry bites from Friday night with the apricot sauce. And then I had some of the keema saag from Saturday night. And then the leftover potato, asparagus, kale, and cauliflower side dish from last night with a little bit of that ruby calendula sauerkraut stuff and half of an avocado. I'm recording this at 1:30 in the afternoon so that way I can get it uploaded and hang out with my kids this afternoon. But I don't anticipate I'm gonna be needing a snack since I haven't needed one the last few days. But if I do, I'll probably just do that one that I did yesterday morning of the handful of blueberries and handful of nuts. And for dinner tonight, I'm doing Diane Sanfilippo's mustard chicken thighs. We love that dish. With some roasted broccoli, with some spring green onion pesto, and then I'm gonna be doing baked avocado with tomatoes and sesame. I'll try to remember to put that in the next vlog so you guys can see what it looks like. So here's to us all getting some good sleep tonight.